Hello everybody, and welcome to a new Let's Play series. I wanted to start off here. This is for Disciples 2, a game that started in 2004 and was released by Strategy First. And yeah, it's a pretty solid strategy game. It kind of has reminiscence to Heroes of Might and Magic. You'll see that as we go into it, but has like a terrain conversion feature and all sorts of neat stuff. But it also boasts a little bit like a Planetfall or like an AOW, some sort of like tactical type combat. Though it's not like grid based where you move your units around. It's actually more like tactical, like Final Fantasy, if you want to think about that, or maybe even Final Fantasy Tactics without movement. We'll see as we get into it. But yeah, I'll just start jumping in. I'm gonna go ahead and start up the campaign, and I'm gonna go through as the Allfather right here. And you know, if there's enough popularity around this, then I'll go ahead and pick it up as the rest of the crew there, right, and see what's going on. And yeah, this first video might be a little rough in terms of the audio mix. I'm just not sure what to expect. And I think I have my camera in the right spot where I'm going to need it, but we'll see where it goes. If I start covering up useful things, I'm going to move it. So, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and get in there. So, yeah, we will choose the Empire. We will go through the Dark Prophecy campaign. So there's Guardians of Light and Dark Prophecy. Both of these, the Dark Prophecy was the base game, and the Guardians of Light is the expansion. And so I'm just going to go through Dark Prophecy here. I do not know how to play this game anymore, but here we can choose our types of Lord here. So the Warrior Lord regenerates 15% of damage every day, and but magic is limited to the 4th level. Mage Lord can cast spells twice as much and at half cost. That seems really good. And then the Guildmaster has, yeah, they grow their city a lot quicker, and they can use thieves better. I like the Warrior Lord for the regen, but I think Mage Lord honestly gives us the same benefit. If you want to think about that. Because, yeah, the Mage Lord gives us the same benefit through the fact that, you know, we're able to actually spend healing, crystals healing people. So I'm going to play it through on average. If I find it's too easy, maybe I'll quit and replay it up to a higher level. But I don't really want to find myself in a place where I'm not able to complete the game. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and go into it. I'm going to choose Mage Lord. I almost always go Warrior Lord, so this will be a little bit of a difference here. And when I say I played this game like 20, like odd years ago, right? Like 15 years ago. When it released. And so at that time, I chose Warrior Lord. I think in my older age now, I'm doing the Mage Lord here. Makes sense to me. All right, so let's dive into it. I hope this scrolls pretty quickly. Otherwise, we
More
might
than a
be here for a
decade
little
has
bit.
passed since the first great wars ended, when infernal beasts and demons poured forth from the ground. The human empire did their best to resist the unholy onslaught. Alas, the beloved queen was killed, and Uther, the sole heir, disappeared from the realm. The combined forces of the Empire and Mountain clans with the retrieved runic wisdom sealed the infernal rift before the Accursed One could arise. The menace posed by the undead hordes came to an end with the beheading of the Dwarven High King Sturmir. Mortis's vengeance accomplished, her minions fell lifelessly to the ground. Their languid voices echoed with no answer. Bards feared to weave tales of the suffering brought by the first great wars. Stories of these terrible events traveled only on witches' winds.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a good setup here into what we're gonna go into. Oh, Necromancer Spirit. I don't think this is voice acted, but let's see what it does. 10 long years have passed since the first Great
Ten
War.
long
Oh,
years
he
had
does say.
passed since the first great
Nice.
wars, leaving Nevandar in a state of chaos and devastation. The Emperor Demosthene secluded himself in his stronghold, his spirits dimmed by the loss of his queen and their only son, the beloved Uther. Grand Councillor Hubert de Lely was rumored to be the true power behind the throne. Hubert had indeed taken advantage of the sorrowful king's growing isolation. Although he claimed Nevandar was in good health, all could see the plague of corruption and deprivation he had spread throughout the empire. Justice was no longer a luxury all could afford. Hubert led the empire to ruin, indulging in feasts and debauches, which he paid for with the empire's treasure. From this audacious decadence, numerous sects and agitators were born. Erhog, leader of a death cult, took over the barony of Emenir. If she was not stopped, her influence would surely grow. It would be the death knell for the Empire and the High Father.
The High Father, not the All Father. Yeah, so if you're wondering about this border is because it's an older game and I had to run it with something called DG Voodoo. And so that's where it generated, but now that we're in the game, it's no longer there, and it's properly scaled. So it looks like we have to defeat a cultist. For our first hero, we will call him Vigo. And then that'll be good. So, High Priest, you have arrived at last, my lord. Erhog, the Dark, and her evil sect control these lands. The few who dared speak against her have disappeared. Her temple is somewhere southeast. You must end the madness. Alright, so that's my campaign start. Oh, okay. Yeah, as a wizard hero, I guess you start with a wizard. That makes a lot of sense, actually. As a wizard, I guess I'll do this. So this is what I mean by the combat system here. You get like a little 6 slot party. Your leadership dictates how many additional units your leader can take on, and you'll see when we start recruiting heroes and things like that that those people are, leadership kind of varies. Most heroes have 3, one type of hero only has 1, and there's ways to level up your heroes to gain more leadership and fill the rest of the slots. And it's really cool as you go. You'll be able to have like large units that take up multiple slots in these positions here. But for the most part, each one of these guys is just like a fighter in your line, and we'll see when we get into combat, but yeah, they're a fighter in the line, they have a chance to hit, they do damage, and they have some sort of like basic attack or defense. So you can see here, this is my Acolyte. The Acolyte has a 100% chance to hit with healing, and heals 20 as a life source, right? So if I were immune to life damage, for instance, I might not be able to heal, I think. Maybe healing bypasses that particular thing, but I'll get into more of these things as we go, unless you want me to do a bit of a tutorial, in which case just let me know. But the other things to note here is initiative. So you can see these guys act on initiative 50. That means they go at initiative 50. I think there's some variance, but for the most part they always do that. Wizards and the like usually act at initiative 40. Healers act last at initiative 10, and then there's another type of unit like a rogue that acts beforehand, and the rogues actually have targeted damage, pinpoint, and all that sort of thing. It's kind of cool. And then when you get into some of the demons and stuff, the other factions out there, they have just like different ways to balance their parties. So right here I have the option of maybe going something like this, maybe, where I'm going to be maximizing my AoE damage. So if you look at the wizards hit 6 targets with their attack, but they only do 15 damage. And then combined with my wizard hero, I'll be doing 30 damage, so we'd be able to do 45 damage to everyone. But then we'd be relying on this guy to take all of the hits, and maybe that's okay. And I might try that. Normally I take 2 squires in, but I think I'll try 1 and see how that goes. Okay, so this is the game map. You can see it's like very Heroes of Might and Magic-esque, right? Like just things laying around on the ground here. You can barely see some of these enemies here, but you can see there's like little like rogues and goblins laying around everywhere here. If you right click on them, you can actually see what's in them, so you can see how many battles they've even won as well, which is fun to think about. And so,
I sense evil sorcery in the works here.
oh, I didn't expect him to chat at me. But yeah, we also have these things like the gold mine here, right? The resource belongs to your race, and when your terrain is under it. So every turn, your capital will exude its terrain. So because we are the Empire and we belong to the High Father, we generate life, right? And so it's going to spread that green everywhere. But if I was like the demon faction, I would spread corruption and volcanic terrain. And then vice versa, like undead is blight and decay, and then finally the dwarves will spread snow everywhere. Um, so yeah, the other neat thing too, and let's go into the city real quick, um, is within your city. So it's also Heroes of Might Magic-esque, but the difference here, right, is that in Heroes and those sorts of games, you just buy a unit and that's really it, right? You get multiple units of that type and that's it. Here in this game, what happens is that your units actually gain levels. So that squire we are looking at can become a knight if I build this stable. And when he becomes a knight, he's at level 2. He gains additional hit points, additional damage, maybe some armor or some other effect. And I have a choice here in the very beginning to either make witch hunters or knights. And the witch hunters have less hit points than knights, but they also have a ward. I'm sorry, an immunity to mind affecting things. And so I mean, 10 hit points is a big deal, actually, you'll find later, but maybe immunity to mind affecting things is just what the doctor ordered. We're fighting against an undead, so I don't know, but here's a good example of that ranger. You can see initiative 60, so they act first, unless there's some sort of effect that's boosting initiative or whatever, and we'll get into that when we see all the magic. But yeah, so he's acting first, and he causes 40 damage, and he can shoot any target, right? And so you can see these guys can upgrade, so it's kind of neat. And then down here you got your support items. So one neat thing about the High Father is that they don't have like large units. Some armies will have units that take up 2 slots in your army, and so they hit both front and back rank. But either way, let's get into something here. A thug and 2 peasants. I think I can take this without losing anyone. So let's go ahead and go, and then we'll show you what this looks like.
For the Empire!
So we'll cruise out on our cloud. Okay. Yep. Oh, I should have defended with them. So in combat, you can choose kind of who you attack and where you're going, and then you also have these other effects here. I should have defended with my squire because I don't have a front rank. Once my front rank is down, the melee guys in the front can actually hit me. I don't believe these peasants can attack because you can see here, reach adjacent units means they can only attack adjacent. So since they're not adjacent to me, they can't hit my squire. And so yeah, I'm just gonna ace them all this way. So it didn't matter. Attacking was actually the right play here. And then what's nice is that instead of just ending the battle, right, it gives you a chance, if your healer units haven't went yet, it gives you a chance to actually heal so you don't have to min-max those turns as often. So you can see here, this was pretty solid for our fight, and we gained 6 experience, and this guy needs 80, my leader needs 150, in classic D&D stuff, right? Everybody levels up differently. So, and then when they die, you can resurrect them and stuff like that. So there's a large incentive to actually keeping your units alive if possible. Alright. So we got a tree bark potion. I kind of liked how that went. We could probably take this guy on next. And there's some incentive to actually clearing nodes just from the experience standpoint too, because then you can go and level up. Because like honestly, I don't need to ever fight these goblins here, but it's kind of nice to think about. So the other thing too is the game kind of, I feel like this one in particular, maybe I'm just not good at it. It disincentivizes you, I think, to play like with multiple heroes because you want to get all that experience on your main stack and level up your hero to max. And within the campaign, every map is going to have like a limit to experience. But yeah. Right here are the various hero types. They're fighter, scout, mage. And then here, this is a rod leader. Basically, this leader here, I can summon her, in this case, and she'll fly around and she can plant rods on things. And what the rod does is it allows you to grow your soil around things. So, for instance, if that gold mine were in enemy territory, I could have this archangel fly in, drop a rod onto it, and then be done with it. But even archangels can increase their leadership, so you can get them up to like a leadership 3, I think, at the end of their level progression. But you can also see here, right, we have all the leader types, and they just follow suit with the general things, right? One other cool thing is, as you can see here at the very bottom, leader abilities. The fighter leaders use artifact lore, and this one flies. This guy uses travel items, and then a mage can use staff, scrolls, and orbs, but does not fly. So the Pegasus Knight, I love that guy, but but yeah, we got the other guy. So how much money do I have? I don't have a ton of money. I think I'm just gonna sit on it for right now. Where did my resources go? There's a handy dandy chart here. Diplomacy screen, capital screen. Nope, that's my capital screen. Should be a button to actually see your resources. There we go. So I can switch the map here, and you can also see, like, I'm fighting, looks like a demon, actually. So actually, witch hunters might be a good choice here. Oh, okay, cool. I actually never knew about that feature. So I'm going to go ahead and click that on, and there, that's what I was looking for. Was all that. All right, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and end the turn, and we'll go on to the next one. Because, yeah, I only have 250 gold right now. I don't think it'd be prudent to actually hire anyone. Oh, and it looks like I have to scroll the screen with my map. Yggdrasil, a lord of the legions of the damned. Yeah, so for factions, right? Devils, demons, undead, and dwarves. And so Bethrasim's flame is going to devour my flesh. He's a little scary guy. He has like so many mouths in his mouth. Yeah, you can see that's the terrain conversion going on there. So, yeah, so the goal here isn't actually to defeat the other player, and that's actually kind of the nice thing about this particular game, is that the game doesn't like have a win condition solely around defeating the other players. It's actually got a neutral win condition most of the time. In this case, the AI can't win unless I lose by. I actually don't think I don't think I can actually lose this this map. It's just going to take me longer to win if I mess it up. But in my case, I need to kill that cultist, and so I'm going to go exploring the map and kill the cultist, and the demon's going to try and stop me. But yeah, let's go get my squire beat up. Yikes. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be better if I hit, so I can kill one of these fellows. Alright. And hopefully that's not too loud. I'll take a look at it next time I can. There we go. Oh, he missed. Misses are problematic in this game. Since the hit chance is relatively high, I don't normally think about missing until it happens. And that's a problem. 2 goblins and an archer. That's actually pretty scary for our one dude. But we do have these healing potions. So the potions of restoration heal 100 hit points. So I could probably do that. And I don't see a reason I wouldn't do that. I can't even get to the goblins though this turn, so maybe it's not a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn again. We do have some money. I could probably get another party going. Where is it? These guys cost so much money, though. So yeah, we're gonna sit on it. And oh, let's take a look, see what spells I have. Spells can be researched at the capital. So let's actually go and take a look at that. Library, weirdly enough, doesn't do that. Build structure. Oh yeah, I could choose to build the library. There should be, yeah, here we go. So I already have the magic tower, so I can go to the magic tower and research spells by going here. So here's some spells in the game, and yeah, I don't have access to anything but the level 1 and 2. Ooh, living armor is solid. Hasted units recover 50% of their movement points. Healing is amazing. Earth Ward. Yeah, so there's some really good stuff in here, like increased strength, initiative, Water Ward, inflict damage. Because you can actually just, like, blast those stacks just sitting around. And I don't know if they'll actually recover very quickly, but you can just blast them to eternity, and then they'll go away forever. Okay, so let's see how much it would cost to research something like living armor. Oh no, healing might be good. More mana. So, I see here. Research is 200, I have 50. So, no spells for me for now. Alright, it's going to be a little bit of ending our turn and moving forward. I think I will consume that potion just to clear these nodes a little faster. I usually have a too good to use syndrome when it comes to items. And I think at the end of the campaign, your hero is persistent, but the items, you get to take only a handful of it. My lord, many nobles have fled the capital. Erhog and her evil disciples are surely behind this. Be cautious. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but if you go and you take a look at the capital, every capital, you can see their armor plus 50. So because I am in a capital, I have 50% damage reduction is what that means. That's awesome. And then you have this guy here in your home capital, and this is another way to accentuate that, you know, players aren't meant to kill each other in this game. Because this dude has 900 hit points. He has 90% damage reduction. He hits for 250, all units, 95% of the time. He's just gonna wreck most parties. You can kill these guys, but you have to do a ton of setup to do it.
Lord?
It's generally not going to be feasible in a game you're going to win or you could win a lot easier in a different way. I didn't heal. Hopefully he survives. Oh good, they're going to shoot my wizard. So yeah, I'm going to defend here with this guy just to eat some of the attacks. And then we'll let Harry Potter and Dumbledore here take care of these guys in the front. Yeah, that's going to be a good soak. I can actually out-heal that damage. So I'm going to throw it on that guy here. We'll chop this dude, because I think that's good. I actually didn't check the initiative of the goblins. Are 30, so yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then healing, I'm going to heal the wizard to full. I know the squire could probably benefit, but if I need to jump a potion onto him, I'd rather just do it onto one person here. And then I don't think there's anything else to explore over there, so we'll start moving down this way. Okay. We'll just continue to end our turn. Looks like we got some crystal nodes somewhere. Maybe in the darkness down here. Yeah, maybe it's this guy over here. But yeah, we'll just continue to go, so we can afford another hero now if we wanted, but so far I don't think I see a need for one. So we'll just keep going and move it along. And this one is going to be just 2 goblins, so we should be able to handle that, no problem. I'm going to defend again, because we can out-heal the goblins. You do heal naturally, so the guy was at like 59, now he's at like 63. So maybe he heals like 5% or so, you know, every time. But yeah, now we'll chop him, and then we'll get a... Then we'll zap him, and then we'll get a another round of healing off here. Alright, perfect. So almost up to full, actually. So I don't know, I'm kind of liking this party comp with this this here. Wizards can get pretty absurd. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep ending our turn. I don't see a reason to maybe buy another hero now. It'd be good to get some scouting, maybe. I'll buy an Archangel, but mana slowly... Oh, I only got 25 mana. Okay. Sorry, I thought I gained 75 mana. Okay. So I don't have that, but that crystal's coming under my control soon. There's another town over here. It's got... Oh yeah, you can see right there, hit point regeneration 15%, and I believe these goblins will also have some regen associated to them too. Not regen, armor, and so we'll see that when I attack them right now. The archer's in the front rank, but I will still defend, and then let Dumbledore get yeeted. Here, yeah, 15% armor for this this level 2 city. Okay, so that means we're not going to actually be able to perform quite as well as we normally do. It'll take another turn to kill those guys. But we can out-heal the damage, so either way, this is going to be the most benefit, I guess. I think we can heal the full regardless. Alright. Probably should have done it the other way to guarantee the kill. Yeah. Oh no. That was a full. Okay, I can still heal the full because goblins don't do enough damage. Alright. Do these guys have 75? No, they have 80%. Yeah. That's normal. Alright. Yeah, so these guys are slowly getting their experience up. It's gonna take a little bit. But now we have this town. I do believe you can actually upgrade the towns too. Thank you for saving our city. Goblins raided our lands and destroyed our crops. I wish to warn you, there are numerous further south. Not too bad. So that's a neutral habitation. I don't know if I can take that over or anything. Oh, that's just a dude here. 2 goblins and 2 archers. That's gonna do some damage. So yeah, you can hire in these neutral towns. You can revive and heal, which is really nice. And I do believe I can upgrade the city. So I don't know what that does. I do not think I could click like this, right? And does this tell me next turn income? Yeah. I don't think these things provide any gold. They're just really defensive points. So if I wanted to beef up the city, I could. Yeah. I could probably go into here and then like click this button. Growth advantages. Contains more units, hit point regeneration increases, and defensive bonuses increase. So yeah, it's just purely defensive, and the militia can contain so many units over here when I hire them. So you can see I can hire units straight away to defend the city and keep my foothold in there. But yeah. With that, we'll just keep going. I could research a level 1 spell, but I think I want to research living armor or healing, just to kind of keep going. And living armor is just solid. Oh, he attacked me. Oh no, Dumbledore. We'll defend in our front rank, and then we'll zap him. Yeah. Oh yeah, everything's off kilter for me. I was expecting like the guys on the other side. Okay. So yeah, we'll heal. I'm gonna use the portraits because it's all backwards right now. Chop this fella. And then I will heal the wizard. Alright, more XP. Doing good. Alright, so yeah, that's nice. The one thing, though, I would critique about the game, because, yeah, I got this crystal now, I'm getting 50 more energy. One thing I would critique is that there's a lot of cool, like, little things, right? This, like, habitation and these fountains that basically do nothing. They're all just decorations. Where, like, a Heroes of Might and Magic, you wouldn't have that. You know, everything usually had a purpose. So, that was my only thing. It's, like, a lot of cool things. Wow, lots of dudes in the front. Luckily, we can take advantage of this with the goblins. As the game goes on, we're not going to be able to do this like at the start of every map, but right now we can abuse it. You'll love to see it. Just blasted him. Alright. Easiest game of my life. Also, probably doesn't hurt that I'm playing on easy mode as it is. Okay, so back here at the capital, I can research living armor, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Living armor summons like a large suit of armor. When I said there's no large creatures in the Empire, I guess I meant that you can hire. Living armor summons in, and it's just the dude. It has like 80 hit points, punches for like 50, and it's just a big boy, and he just keeps hitting things until he dies or they die. It's nice. Essentially, you look at him as like a damage spell because he can't be merged into your existing party. Alright. So we're getting some nice money income. I think it might behoove us to actually build a second party and go exploring. I'm gonna need you to defend. You probably will survive if I do that. Here we go. That miss might have been ideal, to be honest, to preserve our hit points and allow us to heal the most out of this. So we'll just continue to defend here with that guy in the front, as we'll let Harry Potter and Dumbledore take out this fella. Alright, and then I'll take the hit for, what, 14, and then we'll be able to out-heal it. So, normally, like, if... Oh, I could wait. But I'm gonna defend, just in case everybody whiffs. Alright. Yeah, there we go. All good. And we're good. Okay, so yeah, we're getting close. I should start thinking about building buildings up there, but, yeah. Alright. Cool. Oh, look at that. Nice little birds flying over there. Okay, so I was thinking I could get some other things, but maybe I should start building some buildings. I could build a thief, I could do the temple. I'm gonna go with the witch hunter because I'm partial to the witch hunters, so I'll probably be grabbing that. I think that's gonna be a good upgrade. Here, so we have two different paths for our clergy. We can take them down priesthood, which gives single target heals. And then we got the clerics, and the clerics are going to go down multi-target heals. They heal 6 targets for 20, and it's really depending on what your enemy is really doing. You want to use one or the other. So yeah, I'll probably go down this route here as well. Since you can only build one structure a day, I guess I'll start building them as we go. Okay, we'll do a couple more turns here, and we'll wrap this video. Because it's an intro, I'll let it go a little longer. Alright, can't scroll the screen while we're here, so that's kind of just one of the drawbacks that I wasn't expecting. Alright, just stretching there. Alright, good. Leave these lands, human. Suffering and death await all those who dare oppose the legions of the damned. We must not falter, my lord. Be not alarmed, although it seems Arhog is now allied with these demonic beings. You have been warned, mortals. We will scorch the lands and burn your flesh. Yeah, they're pretty nice demons, actually, if you think about it. Demons tend to be portrayed a little bit more menacingly. So we're going to go ahead and hire an archangel. And I'm just going to give her that squire there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have her kind of go up and explore around out this way. Because she flies, she can go over the water, and she just basically will carry that squire. It's a good thing it did, too, because it looks like there's a treasure hidden back there. And this is nice. Like, games of this era do something that, like, games, like, modern games don't do. It's like, they don't reward the exploration as much. And I think a prime example of that's, like, MechWarrior 5 and other such titles that do that. It's just, like, no incentive to go looking around. Alright, so let's go exploring. Oh. You fell into the orc trap. Okay, so good thing about that is that if I do fight this guy, I'm gonna need to heal my dude first. Because he will die. I probably could get by if I give him this tree bark potion too, but let's just do the healing one. And then we can get into the fight proper. I do have some mana. Can I cast a spell? Use staff or scroll? No. Oh, that's the hero ability. I think my spells are right here, yeah. 200. That's not good. I kind of want to give him that tree bark potion. Yeah, let's do it. I don't like it, but I think he'll die if we don't do that. Orcs are mean. So this guy does 55 damage with an attack, so it's just brutal. And he has 200 hit points, so he'll have to withstand a lot of hits. So we'll let Dumbledore and Dumbledee start taking out these goblins. But it looks like with defense we're going to be able to maintain our hit points while we clear the chaff here, so we're going to be in a good spot. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, we're going to be able to clear this one no problem. All good, as long as I don't mess up my defenses. But yeah, without it, I think my squire would have definitely been dead. Even with defense, he probably would have been crippled at this point, because that tree bark gave him 30% DR damage reduction, right? So, yeah. Yeah, and so he would have been taking, instead of like 21 damage, he probably would have been taking something like 30 each hit. So if he didn't die, he'd be very close. So I think it was worth the resources, and he gave a ton of XP. So yeah, these guys are ready to level next fight. So I've been slacking at my capital. Let's get these buildings built. The mage is gonna go next, and then next turn I can level up the last guy. All right, let's go take his stuff. That's what good heroes do. How do I next hero here? Okay, yeah, you're good. So end our turn. Yeah, and we'll take this up to a cool like 40 minutes here, and should be good to call it at that point. Should be able to get another few turns in. These turns are going pretty quick, but I think in Disciples, mostly because you are focused on single stacks most of the time, your turns do go fairly swiftly. All right, so let's go down here. Oh, you can use the keyboard to scroll. Okay, let's see what's in his magic box down here. A silver ring, so we could sell that if we meet a merchant, so we can start inching ourselves up. Just want to know where to go next. That's a big stack. Ruined Tower is unexplored too, so I could go into the tower. I'll have to face whatever's in there. My squire won't be able to level, so I'm inclined actually to pass the turn, unless I'm still under the effects of the potion. He is not. Okay. Just wanted to confirm that. So yeah, I think I won't attack him now, and I'm gonna wait one turn so I can build my last building, unless I can build it now. The structure is already built. I think I will build a witch hunter. Yeah, okay. So I can get that. So I have all three structures, so I should be able to level up, no problem. Let's go into the building. I don't know what's in it. Horrible, horrible things. Yeah, that guy's good. So that's a zombie. Zombies are solid in this game. Yeah, that's the precursor to the zombie, the fighter. So that's basically our squire. This is the leveled up squire, and then this ghost is causes paralyze. So she just kind of disrupts your lines, and she can really hose me if she paralyzes my squire, because he won't be able to defend. And it's going to be a grab bag as to whether or not I'm going to get my things off. But either way, I should be able to kill the ghost. Yeah, assuming I didn't miss, which is good. And we go there. But you can also see some of the racial differences here, too. So, like, yeah. So, like, with the zombie, this guy has 120 hit points because they have the paralyzed support as opposed to, like, healing support. I'm going to defend in the off chance that I should be able to survive the next hit. Let's see, and I might be able to survive the next hit afterwards, because like if I attack right now, I'm just gonna get whopped by that zombie. Oh, I did survive. I don't know if I'm gonna survive, but I don't think he's gonna. Well, I don't know if he low rolls. Maybe I'll get lucky. You can see the damage has some variance on it, but the healing is always static. Maybe I'll get lucky. No, 22. All right, I'll just have to bring him up. So yeah, it looks like my squire died. That zombie, I think, has enough strength to actually kill my priest, or my acolyte, well, all of them. But yeah, you can see these guys went from like chumps to heroes now. They're like big and strong looking. It's so cool. But yeah. Cool. So we found 200 gold and got a zombie orb. They found cannibalistic symbols inside the ruin. A powerful poison was brewed here recently, and he wonders why. Okay, so the zombie orb, we can actually equip orbs as our hero. Summons a zombie in battle. I think it might be one-time use. I'm not sure. But either way, we're just going to go ahead and heal our guy up. And then we'll storm into that next turn. But I think we're in a good place to actually call this one here. Let me... How do I save the game? Here we go. Let me save the game. Okay, it does autosave. Ego Campaign 1. Yeah, so if you like the video, please consider liking, subscribing, and staying tuned to the channel here, and dropping any comments. Let me know what you think of this this new series. If you know, you like it, you don't like it, what you where we're going. But I mean, obviously it's the first video, so hopefully you don't make your full judgment based on that. The game does have a lot to offer, and I do love this game. And I think I'm glad I put my camera on for this, because you could probably see how much I'm smiling throughout the whole thing. This is one of my old favorite games that I liked, and I totally forgot about it until recently. And so it went on sale actually on GOG over the last weekend for like $1.50, and that's what made me remember this game and thought, yeah, it'd be good for the channel. So cool. Either way, I'll see you in the next one. Later. Bye bye.